Act 4, Scene 3. We're on page 147, line 139. Malcolm is sharing his plan for defeating Macbeth. But God above deal between thee and me, for even now I put myself to thy direction and unspeak mine own detraction. Here abjure the taints and blames I laid upon myself for strangers to my nature. All those bad things I said about myself previously, they're not true. I am yet unknown to woman. I've never even had sex with a woman. Never was forsworn, never told a lie. Scarcely have coveted what was mine own. I'm not greedy. And no time broke my faith. Would not betray the devil to his fellow, and delight no less in truth than life. My first false speaking was this upon myself. What I am truly is thine and my poor country's to command. Whither indeed, before thy here approach, old Seaward and 10,000 warlike men already at a point was setting forth. Old Seaward is a well-known general in England. So Old Seaward and 10,000 soldiers are already starting to make their way to Scotland. Now we'll together, and the chance of goodness be like our warranted quarrel. Why are you silent, Macduff? Oh, such welcome and unwelcome things at once. It's too hard to reconcile. I'm just kind of stunned here. Enter a doctor. Well, more anon. We'll talk more about it later. Come the king forth, I pray you. Malcolm here is referring to the King of England, who is King Edward. King Edward was known as a really gracious, really good leader. Everyone loved him. He was also known as a healer. He could touch people and they would be healed. Just what Scotland needs, right? A king like that can heal a bleeding country. The doctor says, yes, sir, the king is coming. There are a crew of wretched souls that stay or wait for his cure. Their malady or their sicknesses convinces the great essay of art. But at King Edward's touch, such sanctity hath heaven given his hand, they presently amend their well again. I thank you, doctor. Doctor exits. What's the disease he means? 'Tis called the evil. A most miraculous work is in this good king, which often, since my here remain in England, I have seen him do. I've seen him do it. How he solicits heaven, himself best knows. I don't know how he does it. But strangely visited people, all swollen and ulcerous, pitiful to the eye, the mere despair of surgery, he cures them, hanging a golden stamp upon their necks, put on with holy prayers. And it's said, to the succeeding royalty, he leaves the healing benediction. The king who comes after him will have these same powers. With this strange virtue, he hath a heavenly gift of prophecy, and sundry blessings hang about his throne that speak him full of grace. Enter Ross, another soldier from Scotland. Was he who comes here? My countryman, but yet I know him not. What's my ever gentle cousin? Welcome hither. I know him now. Good God betimes remove the means that makes us strangers. Sir, amen. Stand Scotland where it did. What's going on in Scotland right now? Alas, poor Scotland, almost afraid to know itself. It cannot be called our mother, but our grave, where nothing but who knows nothing is once seen to smile, where sighs and groans and shrieks that rent the air are made, not marked, they're not noticed. Everyone's groaning and shrieking all the time, so it's not even noticed anymore. Where violent sorrows seems a modern ecstasy. The dead men's knell is there scarce asked for who. We don't even ask who died when the bells of death ring, because people are dying all the time. And good men's lives expire before the flowers in their caps. The young are dying too young, dying or ere they sicken. Relation too nice and yet too true. It's even worse than that, says Macduff. Well, what's the newest grief? That of an hour's age doth hiss the speaker, each minute teems a new one. How does my wife? Why, she's well. And all my children? Well, too. Ross doesn't want to tell him the news. The tyrant has not battered at their peace? No, they were well at peace when I did leave them. Irony here, right? They were dead, so they were, at peace. Rest in peace. Be not a neggard of your speech. How goes it? Macduff is sensing you're not telling me something. When I came hither to transport the tidings, or the news, which I've heavily borne, there ran a rumor of many worthy fellows that were out, which was to my belief witnessed the rather for that I saw the tyrant's power afoot. I saw it myself. Now is a time of help. Your eye in Scotland would create soldiers, make our women fight to doff their dire distresses. Be it their comfort. We are coming thither. Gracious England hath lent us good seaward and 10,000 soldiers, an older and a better soldier none that Christendom gives out. Would I could answer this comfort with the like. I wish I could give you good news too. But I have words that would be howled out in the desert air, where hearing should not latch them. No one should hear what I have to say. What concern they? The general cause? Or is it a fee grief due to some single breast? Does your news affect all of us or just one of us? No mind that's honest, but in it shares some woe, though the main part pertains to you alone. If it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly, let me have it. Tell me your news. Let not your ears despise my tongue forever. Please don't hate me forever. Which shall possess them with the heaviest sound that ever yet they heard. I guess at it. Your castle is surprised, your wife and baby savagely slaughtered, to relate the manner whereon the quarry of these murdered deer to add the death of you. Merciful heaven! What man never pull your hat upon your brows? Give sorrow words. The grief that does not speak whispers the overfraught heart and bids it break. My children too? Wife, children, servants, all that could be found. And I must be from thence? I wasn't there to protect them. My wife killed too? I have said. Be comforted, Malcolm comes in and says, Let's make us medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief. But let's go fix this. Let's go get revenge. Let's make ourselves the medicine that Scotland needs. He has no children. All my pretty ones? Did you say all? Oh, Hellkite, all? What, all my pretty chickens and their dam at one fell swoop? Dispute it like a man. I shall do so, but I must also feel it as a man. I cannot but remember such things were that were most precious to me. Nothing in the world was more precious to me. Did heaven look on and would not take their part? Heaven didn't help them. Sinful Macduff, they were all struck for thee. It's my fault they were killed. Macbeth was going to get revenge after me. Not that I am, not for their own demerits, but for mine, fell slaughter on their souls. Heaven rest them now. Be this the whetstone of your sword. Use this to get revenge. Use this to motivate your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blunt not the heart, enrage it. Oh, I could play the woman with my eyes. I could cry all day. And the braggart with my tongue. But, gentle heavens, cut short all intermission. Stop now. I just have to go and do what I need to do, Front to front, bring thou this fiend of Scotland and myself within my sword's length set him. If he escape, heaven forgive him too. This tune goes manly. Come, go we to the king, King Edward. Our power is ready, our soldiers are ready. Our lack is nothing but our leave. All we have to do is leave England and get to Scotland. Macbeth is ripe for shaking, and the powers above put on their instruments. Receive what cheer you may. The night is long that never finds the day. They exit.